Round 8 kicks off at John Cain Arena with ladder leaders the Melbourne Vixens hosting the Giants, fresh off their second win for the season. Now let's look at the Woolworths team cards. The Vixens lineup, Garvin and Austin and Mundy, they were on fire against Fever last week. And then you've got the ever-reliable Kate Maloney in the middle. Joe Weston, Mannix and Rudy Ellis are proving to be a tough defensive combination for their opposition. And Maddie Brown for the Giants.
Well, out is Harden, out is Jamie Lee Price, which gives Matisse Leatherborough her first start for the season in goal shootout with Sophie Dwyer in goal attack. Maddie Hay was returned last week to the game. Winders is shifted into that centre position. Sliger comes into the wing defence, so multiple changes there for the Giants. And then Jodie Ann Ward and Matilda McDonald in that defensive lineup.
The Vixens get us started. Mannix to Maloney. Quick fire through across court from Garvin to Maloney. Hands in early from Amy Schleiger. When she's taken the court this season, Amy Schleiger has picked up ball. She's been a steady influence in their transition.
And as we said, with big outs, provides really good opportunity for some of these youngsters that usually don't get this many minutes to go, you know what, I can make this shift and be maybe in the starting 7 and I am the future of this team.
Dwyer swings to Hay, wants it back again. A confident start from Dwyer.
Mundy getting that centre pass. She's definitely started to grow, I think, with more minutes that she's played in that position. She's starting to really stamp her authority in that wing attack.
We're going goal for goal early in this game. Dwyer out early. Winders really trying to dominate that middle channel. Matisse Leatherborough takes her first.
Really good timing there by Alice, but she obviously just fell in short when she jumped.
Rudy Ellis really enjoying her time out on court in that keeper position. Mundy, quick to fire from the top. Garvin, another option. She wants another one.
And that's where the Vixens are so good. They're patient. If it's not on in front of them, they're prepared to swing the ball in a triangle to the top of the circle and find a different way in to put the goalers in a better position.
Ward. She was lucky by that one. She let it slip. She knew it was the wrong option, and Mundy got the hand to it to send it out of court. Hay looks for an option. You talk about the calmness. Maddie Hay brings that to the Giants in attack. And a nice confident shot from Leatherborough. She joins the scoreboard.
Well, much better start for the Giants compared to when they played the Vixens in round 3. They only scored 5 in the first quarter. So much better to see them close already.
How much attention do you think the Giants put on that round 3 performance against the Vixens, or how much do they just count that as a sunk cost, we need to move on?
Well, Maddie Hay did say, you know, we didn't even really look back at it. We looked at last week where they won all 4 quarters, but you'd still have to have a look at your own performance and go, what did the Vixens do to put us in those positions?
Winders off balance, but finds Leatherborough. And Hay just softly puts it through the air. It seemed like it took a long time. Look at the Harvey Norman replay there. It just lifts it over the top into the safe hands of Matisse.
It'd be interesting to see. They look like they're connecting already, that Giants attack, but how much time they've actually spent at training working in this combination.
Last week, Matisse Leatherborough only 6 minutes on the court. That was in their game against Mavericks. That happened right here on John Cain Arena. Sliger, quick to pick it up. She wants to move on. Weston often gets labelled a bit of a pest the way she plays the game, but it's effective.
Well, she is number 3 for penalties in the league, averaging about 13 each game. So as you see here, it was just that really good hands over pressure, just getting that tap to the ball. I'd love to know whether it's something that she needs to work on and maybe address, or whether Simone just goes, you know what, have a free license, go out there, be a tagger.
Maddie, we've both played under Simone. We know she would not be saying let it go. And McDonald smothers it, but the Vixens this time get the throw in. There's Simone McInnes on screen. Austin from the base takes the Vixens out by 1. The Giants have to go through the back. The centre pass covered on the forward. And Mundy steals it out of the hands of Sliger. Great defensive pressure from the Vixens.
We know how good the Vixens' defence can be, but, you know, Mundy and Austin on that transverse always get some pickups for them, which is why, you know, it doesn't get to that last line of defence. They can get it up early and attack.
Vixens out by 2. Hands over pressure from Winders. She just got a fingertip to it. Not enough. Umpire Tim Marshall resetting, making sure the players are listening. There we go. One hand to it from Sliger. Interrupts the momentum. And the Giants are back in attack.
Great read there by Amy Schleicher.
Oh, Hannah Mundy. Second time down court, does exactly the same thing. 2 intercepts to the Vixens.
Both youngsters trying to go 1 for 1.
Have a look at this in our Harvey Norman replay. Hannah Mundy, twinkle toes on that transverse line, and the backup from Kate Maloney. Dwyer sends it high. Great vision from Sophie Dwyer and really strong take from Leatherbarrow. This combination's working. Austin steps across.
100%. 4 out of 4 for Kira Austin. She's starting to really get her eye in. We saw her being quite heavily, putting heavy turnovers on early on, but she started to creep that back a little bit.
Hay goes long to Dwyer at the top. Dwyer sends it back into the pocket.
It's a risky pass to the pocket over Jo Weston.
Mannix just balks on the hole. Smart in the end as she smothers the rebound. They can't control it out of defence. And Sliger so quick to want to get underway. Remember, this year you do not have to wait for players to be back on court.
And really, when one defender's down, why not exploit that 2 shooters, 1 defender?
And Austin just sent that one flying over the base.
Transition hasn't been a huge key, I guess, influence in the Giants' game for the first half of this season. So it's great to see such really good flow already. Matisse Leatherbarrow letting it go over. I was going to say they need to reward that effort.
Vixens by 2. Mannix to Mundy. Garvin comes out wide. They're really having to push forward. And Garvin sneaks it through. Let's take a look at the Nissen net points. Powered by E-Power, Hannah Mundy and Schleiger.
It's not
standing up against each other.
Yes, I was going to say, it's not often you see opponents up the top.
I'll tell you one thing I'm liking is the energy Sliger is bringing to this game. She doesn't always get that starting position, but she's on the court, and I'm sure really wants to prove her worth. Confusion for the Giants. They find the way. Winders from circle edge. Still 30 seconds off the power 5.
The defence of the Vixens, that timing on the shot with Alice and Mannix, they're jumping, they're hesitating. It is putting a little bit of doubt into the heads of Dwyer and Leatherborough. Vixens having to work the ball around. Usually they're very quick to post, so great pressure there by the Giants.
Power 5 in play. Garvin, Austin, they want to. Austin fires it up. First Suncorp super shot of round 8. Dwyer sends it long, sends it wide, too much on it. Oh, Mundy, the speed from that ball. And it's the confusion in the Vixens attack. Winders so close. Look at the pressure, McDonald and Garvin, body on body. This time, Garvin wins out, sends the Vixens to a 5-point lead. And it is a HCF tactical timeout. It's been called by the Giants. Julie Fitzgerald is very quick to come out on court to talk to her side. You know what? Let's take a listen into what she's got to say to her team. Clear instructions there, both from Julie Fitzgerald and obviously Maddie Hay. As I said, they'd had a bit of a lull. They've let the Vixens come back. Now it's time for them to try and exploit it in their super shot.
Yeah, Vixens up the other end. Interesting to hear Simone McInnes telling her attacking end just to keep exploiting this middle, keep driving up, keep giving the ball. And in defence, loving the matchup so far between Ellis and Leatherbarrow, but just to keep moving positions. Don't let her get too far in behind you because it's opening up the back space.
Great insights from Caitlin Bassett. Kira Austin, she fires up another 2. The hot hand of Kira Austin. And just like that, the Vixens are out by 7. Dwyer, can she return serve? Weston just waiting on the edge. The pickup stats are one that shows a team that has been playing well.
McDonald just a little bit late on that attempt to contest.
And Garvin settles for 1. Huge ball. Mundy scoops it up, flicks it in. Austin wants it down. Ward is all over it, watching, trying to interrupt. Can they interrupt? Kira Austin, pure class at the moment from the Diamonds shooter.
Now the pressure really is on the Giants attacking end. They've got to get in that 2-point zone. They've got to start chipping away this 10-goal deficit now, because if they leave it any later, it's going to be harder to come back later on in this game.
We're seeing a lot of swing balls, a lot of high balls elevated. Against the Vixens, you've got to keep it low, you've got to keep it short.
And of course, the pressure comes further, but Matisse Leatherbarrow, she doesn't get an applause from the crowd here at John Cain Arena, but she certainly deserved it. That went high up near the roof. A stray one from Garvin. Lucky to be rescued from Maloney.
Winders probably just needed to let that one go out of court. Give him a chance to reset. Line up in transition.
Just over a minute and a half to play in the first. 9-point lead to the Vixens as the Giants try to reduce that, but Alice is waiting. The advantage for the Vixens defenders, all of them sit at similar heights. 188 centimetres, Ruby Alice 190 centimetres. But Matisse Leatherbarrow, she says, I'm going to go up and over the top of you.
It is that quick release. She's not balking at the attempt on the hands. She's getting it, looking it, sighting it, shooting it straight away. Much better.
Oh, McDonald sneaks through that middle channel the Vixens wanted to exploit.
Sophie Garvin out of the circle and just congesting it there for the attackers.
The Giants, they're trying to move it on quickly.
Oh, lucky with that one.
Dwyer, she's had one attempt at the super shot, but Leatherbarrow sits from two. Great work off the ball. She taps it in for the rebound, but it is out of court. 20 seconds to play. Alice. The Vixens, what will they do?
Giants need to work hard here to avoid any score. Kira Austin will help out with that by hitting the post.
Ward picks up the scraps. The Giants, they're going to run out of time. Well, that was a fine performance from the Vixens, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Giants. They've got the energy. They want to take it up to the Vixens. 7 goals in it. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up soon.
Welcome back to John Cain Arena, where the Vixens are leading the Giants 19-12. Having a listen into the Giants huddle, Coach Julie Fitzgerald getting her attackers together, talking to them about some different starting positions in there. They're getting plenty of ball, but they're just failing to capitalise. And in defence, it's all about having a go, pushing those Vixens attackers wide and having a go at some ball that's coming down into their defence end. What about you? What did you hear in the Vixens camp, Maddie?
Well, that's really good insight. She talked about, obviously, different starting positions with the attackers. In the Vixens camp, they were talking about doubling on that centre pass. And they said, make sure we double on the same person. I would just go to Hay because she's obviously dominating the first phase. Try and get Dwyer to get over the line, make her do more work out the front, which might actually affect her shot, make her a little bit tired. That's what I'd be doing from the Vixens. She also talked about, McInnes talked about, take a step off the body rather than contesting up against it. Take a step off, then attack it. So interested to see how the defenders react.
Well, that was quarter time, brought to you by Origin Energy. Emily Mannix on court here is having to return some of the beanbags that were just used at the quarter time break to entertain the crowd. Just a few extra workloads for Mannix. We spoke about that in the pre-game with Sophie Dwyer, and when she plays that goal attack role, it works in her favour, but when they need her to work more, that's a part of her game that needs to develop, is being able to fill that feeding role, but also go in and do the job in the circle.
Absolutely, and without a Jamie Lee Price out the front, obviously her workload has increased significantly today.
Shout out to Jamie Lee Price, who I'm sure is sitting at home watching her side. We hope you are back on court very soon. Alice flies early, Leatherbarrow in the right spot just to pick up the scraps under the post. Maloney has one option. Austin hits the deck. Through the middle comes Garvin. Garvin with hands in the air. McDonald in the right position, just couldn't get up high enough. Winders to Ward.
That was a great double defence. They completely shut down all front options there, the Vixens.
Winders resets to Sliger. Maloney overcommits, but then recovers. The Vixens sitting off in the box, but the Giants found their way through.
That's probably where what they're missing is Harton usually will drive up that centre and provide that release. Leatherbarrow sitting closer to the post.
Maloney can't scoop it up. And the Vixens now, they're being forced to really move into that next gear. Dwyer looks three different ways. Hay then just slightly
Lucky to
gets
get that
it to
through.
Leatherbarrow.
Vixens forcing Giants really wide and close to those pocket balls, which is putting them under the pump. So maybe a few more give and goes, trying to hit to the top of the circle rather than being forced to the pocket.
And Alice with a tip, a deflection, gathers the ball in. They've been doing it well. Let's look at the Harvey Norman replay. Positions herself in front. And the backup of Joe Weston as Mundy continues on her quick way. Garvin just constantly resetting, readjusting, repositioning.
Trying to get as close to the post to make sure it's a real efficient and effective shot. And that's where we talk about the Vixens being so clinical, because they won't put anything out there or up in the air unless they know it's definitely going to go through.
And it's an exhausting style of defence for the Giants to have to play and to continue to defend and spend their time when they're really just sometimes jostling for a couple of extra centimetres.
Or just even seconds, making them hold onto the ball.
Mundy runs into the umpire. Says sorry, she's on her way. Austin. Impressive shot from Kira Austin. She is just running the show in attack. And it's a held ball from the Giants. The pressure is building from the team in the navy blue.
Simone McInnes looking really happy with that. And that's exactly what you want to see from your team. You want to ask them to do something, and then you want to see them go out there and action it straight away.
Quick one, Garvin, Austin. And Austin sinks her 7. Now that's just in regular time. There's also 3 super shots to her name. And we've only played nearly 20 minutes. The leading goal scorer on court is Kira Austin. The Vixen shooters both on top of each other, but managed to find their way out of it.
It's one thing, you know, they can work with lots of time and space. They can also work in really clusters when it's taken away. Really good option there by the Giants to go backdoor. They'd been struggling going forward due to that pressure. Go backdoor, release it.
If you tune into Fox Netball socials, Kath and Kim did their netty analysis this week on the Giants in attack and their swing balls, like jumping over both channels on court, really taking those long passes and needing to bring it in a lot shorter and sharper. What have you made of this performance so far?
Well, I think it's credit to the Vixens defence. They're setting up in that box shape in the middle channel, which is forcing them wide. It'd be great to see the Giants come and maybe stand on the body, work off it. You don't have to always be on the move to create something in attack. So come and try a different starting position. We've seen majority of their feeds come from the pocket, and we're saying, oh, they're just getting through. Compared to the Vixens, where it's really short, it goes from side to middle to side. They don't really swing it often, which obviously is why they don't give their opponents many gained opportunities.
Maloney through Weston. Mundy up high. Garvin up even higher. But again, the Vixens find Austin on the base. The hands over pressure from Ward, not enough to disrupt the Diamonds' goal attack. Winders takes the decoy run, and Hay looks long, but Mannix, she timed it well. Strategic positioning from the Vixens goal defence. Here's the Harvey Norman replay. All the Vixens defenders sitting with eyes on that middle channel. The 1-2, Austin Garvin, steady, calm, can't sink it. Ward with the rebound. Sliger goes long to Hay.
Giants haven't converted any of their gained opportunities so far, so this is a really critical moment for them to stay in the contest. They've got to give reward to these opportunities because they're getting limited gained, obviously, opportunities, so they've got to make it count when they do.
Leatherbarrow steps in, urges her side on. They're down by 9. Hay to Winders. Dwyer needs to go long back to Sliger.
That's better by Winders. She came, cut around that front, cut around the defenders.
It was a smart lead from Leatherbarrow up the middle, but just not enough intensity on it. But they get a second chance. Dwyer over the hands of Alice.
That one was a real get-out-of-jail-free card, I think, for the Giants. At one stage, they had both of their shooters out wide outside the circle and no one at home, so lucky to get that turnover and make that conversion.
Julie Fitzgerald, she's up. She's ready to talk to her team. It's a HCF tactical timeout. Let's take a listen in.
Take a deep breath down here, right? Just a couple of times when we've been unsure, we've made the pass call. When we're unsure, we've really got to put it where it is. You've got to get 2 hands on the ball and rip it in, all right? 2 hands, bring it in and protect it, all right? Very careful when they're out. We're not letting them back in again, okay? On that last one, you dropped your head to watch the ball again. Remember, we want to work them outside the circle when we can. When we manage to break that second down or we send a pass, we do okay, all right? Yeah. Pick that up, all right? Some really good little drives now. You're really getting into those things really,
Need to
really
take them on, eh?
But just remember, in defence, you've got to sit off a little bit, all right?
Yeah, especially on her. We just need more energy, more chat, whatever you've got.
You're spending a lot of time in the other channel on that side now, but it doesn't really matter because you've been there when we need it. What I don't want is for you to try not to come back so you're in the same paragraph.
You're 20, 15, 2, 3, 2, let's go.
There's our Nissan net points powered by E-Power. Halfway through the second term, Hannah Mundy stays at the top on 54. Jodianne Ward and Amy Schleiger, though, in the top 5 for the Giants.
I love listening into those huddles. Kate Maloney just telling her attacking end, we need one more pass, like don't force it. If we need to open it up, we can do that. And I think what's great at this level is so many experienced players, they always know how to coach themselves and coach each other. They know what works. And so I love it when they can give each other feedback and advice on the go, and the coaches can almost sit back and just facilitate these conversations.
Such a luxury. If the coach can sit back, I'm sure that's exactly the position Julie Fitzgerald wants to be in right now. Dwyer has to go long to Hay. Can she keep it in? She does. Great backup from Leatherbarrow.
Well, that extra pass in attack is exactly what the Giants need to execute on. And in defence, you talk about facilitation from the players. Winders saying we need more energy, we need more chat. So Tilly McDonald at the back needs to not only just worry about what she's doing, but also execute and kind of manipulate what's happening at the front to help them.
Missing the voice of Joe Hutton, their co-captain, that we're so used to hearing in this orange uniform. Garvin sinks her 13. Hay goes long and high. Over the hands of Alice. The pressure was on from the Vixens keeper. And the Vixens continue to inflict damage. Sliger, she flies, Winders picks it up.
She's been flying at a few and not getting all of them, but a great reward there for her effort.
A tenacious player she is, Amy Schlager. And Dwyer just drops her head after throwing that one to Winders.
They've got to have that front short option rather than having, as we said, going from sideline to sideline. They got away with that one, I think, Giants. Now is the time to make it count.
Oh, that pass.
Oh, lethal quick ball in there.
Power on it. And Leatherbarrow says, okay, if I can take that, I can get this shot in. Mundy, double teamed, gets the contact. They play with speed, don't they, the Vixens, at the right time, but on that one, Austin.
Mundy just ball to the right option then. It was on the first second, but she thought the defender was coming through and then released it a little bit too much on it. This is good for the Giants. They're still close, and they've got this super shot time.
We're in the power five now. Leatherbarrow setting up in that wide arc. You can see that she wants it in there. She gets the contact call, just pushing it a bit. Alice in the back. Mundy. Garvin in the middle. Cross to Mundy again. And the Vixens out by 9. Dwyer.
Bring the contact, bring the fence.
Telegraph that pass to Winders. Western falls on the ground, almost a bit like soccer.
You're saying that's a flop?
Yeah. Hey. Finds Leatherbarrow. Here we go. In the 2. Matisse Leatherbarrow sings her third Suncorp super shot. And of course, we know every Suncorp super shot in this game, Suncorp are donating $100 to the Confident Girls Foundation. It's a HCF tactical timeout. The Vixens, they're leading by 7, but they've called a timeout. Let's take a listen in to what Simone McInnes has to say.
Yeah, just bring it in. Just want to make sure, Dan, the attacker, and you're doing the preliminary work, so we're not just standing then it's one-dimensional. Do your prelims, do your change of direction, but work, let's push the pass and see the options down there. Strong, direct, let it go. Take your time when you get the ball.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, got some good balls in again. Yeah. So just take your time and tap. Yeah. No, just when we get the turnover, you're rushing. Just take the time, give them time to get it up.
And I'll
Keep punching through your line.
Should work, Vixens crew, they've got the power.
Once again, if you need it. Here we go, girls. In control here. Yeah. Remember, in this last 5 minutes, we control the pace. When we get ball, let's get the circle edge and score. But this is our game. Let's work it. Lift the work rate intensity. Vixens, go. 1, 2, 3.
Vixens talking about going straight back to their processes. Circle edge, tight one-on-one, hands over pressure, taking that extra pass. They do believe, they say they're in control. It's 11-all for the quarter. Let's see what the last 3.5 minutes can go.
Austin takes charge. Sliger, hands in the air. As you said, an impressive second quarter so far. Scores are even. Garvin takes it out by 1. Sliger flies down. Centre pass receives, are racking up. Dwyer has to reset. She takes control this time. Balks it once. Gets a bit of shove on the rebound. Leatherbarrow can't sink it either, but the rebounds are coming in favour of the Giants.
That's better positioning by Winders at the top of the circle. She's front. Even a nice swing, low bounce pass there.
And that space from Hay as well. They're both on the screen. And the Giants, they take the one. Every little one counts. Austin and Ward pushing and shoving. Look at the accuracy there from the Vixens. 96%, but better accuracy from the Giants than what we've seen this season, sitting at 86%. Ward. Winders wants it back from Dwyer. She gets it on the edge. Vision, Leather Barrows think, do I want it, do I not? A costly error from the Giant shooter. She wouldn't want to look over at the bench. Julie Fitzgerald was shaking her head. And that comes with more court time, doesn't it? Knowing what to do in those moments.
Yeah, it's just in those scenarios. You're in the power five, doesn't mean you have to take the shot. If you're under the post, maybe just chip the scoreboard away.
So far this season, Leather Barrows, she's played in 5 games. She's shot 41 at 95% and 13 super shots. She can do it. Precision passing between the Vixens in attack. But it costs them now.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
9 the difference. We've been hovering around this mark for most of the second quarter. Dwyer looks a little shaky.
It is, it's that hands over pressure, and it's the hesitation and the jump from Alice and Mannix earlier in the game that's just maybe put a little bit of doubt on her release timing.
Shani Norda, or Shani Leighton, as you may know, a former Aussie Diamond, has been the defensive coach with the Vixens this season. Potentially some of her defence of the shot coming through.
It's a long range from Leatherborough there, but ball's short and they're just not picking up the rebounds.
20 seconds. Maloney. Mundy fires it up to Garvin. They know they've got time. Austin found herself on the own in the 2, but Garvin takes the shot. McInnes looks frustrated, but the Vixens are still leading the way. They now take their lead out by 9. They won that second quarter by 2, but the Giants are well and truly still in this. Only a couple of little changes, a couple of little fixes, and they could be back in it. There's their co-captain, Jo Harton, who was out of the game early with illness today.
We also see a change already in the Giants attack end. Gina Crampton coming on into that wing attack position. Her connection with Winders, I'm excited to see what it can do.
Well, let's get straight across to Julie Fitzgerald, the coach of the Giants. Julie, when did you find out that Jo Harton wasn't going to be able to take the court today?
Jo started to feel a little bit unwell after lunch. We hoped that with a bit of rest she would recover, but we realised quite late that that wasn't going to happen.
Jules, what's been your messaging at half-time, and what area do you really want your team to focus on in this second half?
I think the most disappointing thing for me is that we haven't taken advantage of ball that we've gained. I think we've really wasted any ball that we've gained, and that's our focus for this quarter.
What about Gina Crampton coming on? Is that connection, the Kiwis connection coming into play here?
Gina's been training with us since January, so she's got quite a good connection with all of our attack end. I'm excited to see what she can do.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Julie. We'll let you enjoy this second half. Of course, Gina Crampton debuting for the Giants in Suncorp Super Netball right now as she takes the court in wing attack. She's number 32 for the Giants, and this, Maddie, for her New Zealand side, the Stars, who she's been playing for as a temporary replacement player recently. She's also player number 32, and for Southern Steel, she was player number 32.
Wow, that's a stat for the ages.
Can't say I did my research myself on that one. But certainly very experienced.
Fun fact, she's also 32 years old.
Oh, I missed that one, Caitlin. Good one. Of course, a very experienced player with the Silver Ferns, 68 caps to her name. And you mentioned the New Zealand connection, Maddie. Winders and Crampton will be enjoying taking on the Aussie League now. And Garvin takes the Vixens lead out to 10.
We heard Julie Fitzgerald talk about, you know, their gain ball conversion. They're only sitting, as you can see, only 1 goal from gains, and that is sitting at 20%. As you said, they're hard to come by against the Vixens, so when you get them, you've got to make the most of them.
Sliger to Crampton. It's a contact call against Winders. Unlucky. Crampton was about to fire one through to the shooters. Mundy and Austin just straight over the top of the Giants defenders. Austin to Maloney this time. Takes the long lead.
It's that slip down got you, didn't it?
There's been a lot of chatter, hasn't there, about the Vixens and their blonde slick bums. Makes it very confusing for all of us and all of you watching at home, I'm sure. Crampton flicks it up to Leatherbarrow, but Alice in the way.
It'd be great to see Leatherbarrow maybe go that back option but then pop forward rather than always just being on that hold and providing the same option every single time.
Dwyer just seeking clarification. Crampton drops it down. And Leatherbarrow takes the short one. Look at the Harvey Norman replay here. Alice's hand standing higher than that of Leatherbarrow's. We go down the other end, and Austin and Mundy continue with their blistering speed in attack.
And the triangle from Mundy to Maloney at the top of the circle. It's the ball speed for me. The players' timing is great in the Vixens attack here, but it's just the way that they move the ball.
Look at that accuracy too from the Vixens. The ever reliable Sophie Garvin sitting at 92%. Alice just caught holding Leatherbarrow. She takes her time. Interesting to see the penalties too. The Vixens sitting out quite a bit by 11. Maloney. Austin with hands up in the background. They get it over Ward. Would you make a change down this defence? And we know Erin O'Brien is an option. We've seen her on court. She adds a bit more height. Was there a change to be made down the Giants' defence?
I mean, Sliger, I think she's doing really, really well out there, but I would love to maybe see a bit of a shift in that defence and maybe bring Tilly McDonald out to goal defence, add a little bit more height, because that high ball over McDonald is really starting to test her out, and she hasn't got any, so maybe push her out front and make her work a little bit hard and see the ball a little bit differently out there.
And Ward, when she's at her best, it's when she's got time to watch, and at the moment there's no time for her to be able to watch what's happening out the front of her. It's flying down so quickly.
Yeah, you could always swing her across to the wing as well, or maybe just sit her, let her have a look from the sideline, and then maybe inject her again a little bit later on. This is the transition Julie Fitz was talking about, a lot more patient with the ball. It just always seems to be only one option there for the Giants.
Dwyer wants the short one, steps across, really trying to find that right position. We're not even in the power 5, but she wants it there.
Maybe she's trying to get in the defenders' heads for the Vix and saying, I'll shoot anytime, anywhere.
And that's the confidence the Giants want to see from their goal attack. Both Giants attackers out early. No one in the circle for the Giants. Crampton. Back to Dwyer. There we go. Under the post is Leatherbarrow. And now Back to that golden number that we saw through that second quarter was the Vixens out by 9. Can the Giants make it more of a dent in that scoreline?
Just there in that defence end for the Giants, we saw a positional swap. McDonald come on to Austin. Ward go back. Maybe that's an option for them. As we look at the Nissan net points here, the attack end for the Vixens all the way up the top. Sliger and Dwyer, the only two there for the Giants.
Leatherbarrow, quick off her hands to score another one for the Giants. And now, through McDonald. Ward needs an option, needs more than one option, as Maddie Brown just said. Kira Austin.
Coming through with the goods, Kira Austin.
Contact, goalkeeper.
Slick timing to get herself into position. But it's what she's become known for, her defensive pressure as a goal attack.
Let's have a look at that again. Look at her come around the body so clean, 2 hands onto it.
The coach's dream, right?
That is 101 on how to take an intercept in the midcourt.
And it's coming from a goal attack. Mo McInnes. She'll be liking that. Not so much what happened just then, but she'll be right. As the penalties keep increasing for the Vixens.
Well, their average is at 56, so they're quite high, still with plenty of netball to play.
Just over 7 minutes to play in the third. Garvin.
Defense contact. Circle edge. That's it.
Back out to Mundy. That hold from Garvin is strong. And it's the timing she moves off the hold that's really impressive.
Absolutely. She waits until that ball is directly above her head or even out in front of it, that she can then move onto it. She gives the defenders no chance. And the Giants have really struggled on that hold today.
Crampton long into the pocket. We talk about timing. That was great timing from Leatherbarrow along the base. Mundy to Austin. Maloney takes the long drive. Garvin sitting on top, fires it through to Austin. Isn't that pretty to watch?
Oh, the goaler-to-goaler connection, Austin and Garvin. They can do it in the circle, they can do it out of the circle.
Garvin, the highest goal scorer on court, followed by Leatherbarrow.
Oh, Maddox, she looked at that.
10 goals in it. Vixens leading the way, just over 5.5 minutes to play in the third. Strong hold from Leatherbarrow. 20 goals for Matisse. Mundy, Maloney. Front hold from Garvin.
Much better accuracy there from the Giants after halftime. They were at 73%, so much better to see them up in the 90s, capitalising on every opportunity, especially off their centre pass.
Now, just in this third quarter, the Vixens are only out by 1. Crampton. Winders. She was moving backwards, trying to turn around to see the option. Cross court they go. Matisse Leatherbarrow just rims out for her, and the Vixens get another opportunity. Maddox takes a drive through the midcourt. There's options for the Vixens. That's one noticeable difference between these two sides.
It's that drive up the middle, as you see here by Mundy and even Garvin, that really opens up the space on the sidelines for the midcourt to enter into. It'd be great to see maybe the Giants maybe trying to shut that down, sag back, shut off the middle option, and then maybe fly for a pocket ball.
It's time to take some risks.
Contact centre, centre third. Centre third. Side to centre.
Weston. Maloney just holds it. Gets the right position. We're in the power 5. Garvin. Flat shot from Sophie Garvin, but comes up with the rebound. Vixens out by 12. Dwyer. just cruising down court on her own. Now Mannix starts to pay her some attention.
This quarter alone, we've seen Jenny Crampton get a lot more of the first phase on the centre pass, which is hopefully allowed a little bit more energy for that super shot there from Dwyer.
That's her first for the game. First one, and they need a few more. The Giants, they can do it. Mundy, so strong on the take. Bringing out the aggression. Austin, across to Garvin. She's had a miss, but now she nails it. Smiles on the faces from the Vixens shooters. We talk about that combination, Garvin and Austin, both playing. Rudy Alice, brilliant intercept. I was saying that, talking about that combination down in attack for the Vixens and many other Diamonds players on court. There is a documentary out called Unfinished Business. You can watch that on KO Freebies, all about the Diamonds winning the World Cup last year off the back of losing in 2019.
Look at that, goals from Gaines. 10 to the Vixens, only 2 to the Giants.
It's the vision from the Vixens too. They turn their head before their body gets around to assess what their opportunities are forward.
But they know exactly what to execute in the moment. So as I mentioned, do they go long? Do they go short? They're never taking anything that's not effective or going to be efficient for them.
Vixens now out by 14. In round 3, it was a 19-point win to the Vixens.
Surprisingly, the Giants have been really good in the 10 minutes, the 1-point netball. They've quite struggled in the 2-point.
And Garvin takes the one. That's 32 for her at 94%. 94% overall accuracy for the Vixens. But look at the Giants, they're sitting at 91. They just need more ball in hand. And through Sliger, they do it. Leatherbarrow. Dwyer cops the hit from Mannix. This is for one. Comes up short, and Mannix sits herself in front, rebounding position.
This is the danger of what happens when Sophie Dwyer has to do a higher workload. She gets more tired and it affects her shooting. So definitely doing a high workload at the moment. And if she wants to be getting a little bit more accuracy on the shot, maybe get her back a little bit more and get wing attack and maybe goal defense or wing defense coming down to help out in the centre pass.
It's a really good point, Seabass. As we said, Gina Crampton's definitely provided a little bit more spark down that attack end on the centre pass.
Here, Austin. But Matilda McDonald in line for the rebound.
Look at those super shot attempts.
4 from both sides.
But it's the miss, it's the volume that the Giants have missed, which is being really crucial, and not being able to get those attacking rebounds.
5 seconds on the clock. Another penalty to the Vixens, this time through Alice. Leatherbarrow makes it count. That's one more to the Giants. It's a 14-goal lead to the Vixens. 1 quarter to play. Coming up after the break, we'll cross to the Lightning and the Diamonds shooter Cara Conan as she prepares to take on the West Coast Fever.
Yes, there has already been a change in the centre for the Giants. Maddie Hay back into the mix. The Vixens still the same. Be interesting to see whether they draw to their bench. Maybe a Lily Graham comes back onto the court, get a bit of experience. The Giants got plenty of work to do.
Now behind play, there's a bit of a battle going on between McDonald and Mundy, just behind Maddie Hay in the centre pass. We'll make sure we keep an eye on that for the rest of this quarter. McDonald, I don't mind it, just trying to get into the head of the Vixens attack.
Well, interesting, at that break, I was listening into the Giants huddle, and Jo Harton, she's in the building and she's coaching as well. She's giving plenty of directions from the sideline, both to her attackers and to Tilly McDonald as well, giving her some tips on how to get up and get 2 hands to the ball. So, yeah, you just can't keep her out of this game, Jo Harton.
The Giants are so used to having her voice out there on court. Hopefully, She will be back very soon. Austin. It's a contact call against McDonald. Austin just takes the easy one. Pure class from Kira Austin. Dwyer smartly looked to Crampton, found Leatherbarrow, and the Giants creep another one in.
I mean, we're not used to seeing Maddie Hay in centre, but she's so good with the ball in hand. We see that great drive by Garvin right up the guts. That 1-2 back to Mundy. That's that move that I was saying. You know how dominant Garvin can be up that middle channel. Love to see, obviously, wing defence of Sliger sag back, try and cut off that angle, or at least make Vixens change direction and go a different avenue.
Dwyer needs to find an option quickly, and she can't.
It's 2 held balls for the Giants in this quarter so far. Great team unit defence from the Vixens.
The stifling pressure in defence. Look at the general play turnovers. The Giants on 20. Garvin. 95% for Sophie Garvin in this afternoon's game. And the leading goal scorer on court. And just like that, look at that. The Vixens out by 17. McDonald needs to go long. Sliger to Crampton, back to Sliger. Up they go the middle now. Swing it across to Crampton, and they find Dwyer. What a great play that was.
Yes. That's
You're
exactly,
excited to see
that's
that.
exactly what we've been asking for, that punch up the middle, open up the sides, and just look at that rotation even in the circle for both. It's too high.
They try the same again. This time Alice comes out flying, but again, Dwyer takes the shot, and just like that, the score starts changing. There's Julie Fitzgerald talking to Erin O'Brien. We spoke about her earlier. She's an option. She's been on. She's played 4 games this season. Didn't play last week, but can add some extra height into the Giants lineup.
It's not that McDonald's been highly penalised. It's just that extra bit of elevation, hopefully on that high pass over to Garvin.
And I wonder if that change will come with Ward. Now, Dwyer's just been pulled for the contact on Alice. Garvin back to Austin. Now, the double defence comes on Garvin. McDonald leading on court with 5 games. Would you put her back in goal defence?
As I mentioned at the half, that's a change I would make. Put as many of your ball winners as you can out on court, because that's the only way you're going to stay at least close to the Vixens in this 10-minute contest. And hopefully some accuracy can come in the super shot.
Oh, this time the connection between the Vixen shooters wasn't there. Keep an eye on what Kira Austin does in this moment. This is often when we see her get another... Oh, this is what Sophie Garvin's turn.
Bit of a replay ball there, unlucky.
Ward, Leatherbarrow, the Giants. They have the patience to work it through, they do. And a high over-the-top shot from Leatherbarrow. Sitting at 92%. Look at all their shots too. She's keeping them in close, but over that side, her most accurate on the left-hand side of your screen. Dwyer takes the long shot, it's worth 1. But they're slowly bringing in this scoreline. Over the top of O'Brien.
Great vision and execution. That's a hard pass. It was quite low for a high pass, but pinpoint accuracy from Austin to Garvin on that one.
Crampton lifts it up to Leatherbarrow, similar to what we saw down the other end. A bit more power on it, bit of touch on the pass.
And quick on the release chucked in a little bit of a balk, shifted Weston's hands and was able to deliver nicely.
Simone McInnes up in the coach's box. You don't often see her get out of her seat.
She's trying to get Joe Weston's attention, and Joe was back to her talking to Rudy Ellis.
16 goals the difference. Leatherbarrow comes out. Ellis high in the air. Mundy. Maloney. And the Vixens attack is able to draw the penalty. Well and truly in control. But the miss comes. What can the Giants do with this? Ward to Dwyer. Cross they go, long across the court. Hay has only one option in Leatherbarrow.
She flirted with the time there.
Already 2 held balls this quarter.
We speak about why Vixens are so good in an attack and why they keep it low and short and kind of at that chest height. Would love to see the Giants bring a little bit of that into their game rather than everything being that high floating pass.
Interesting to note, the Vixens, they're now out by 15. Haven't used their bench, haven't looked to their bench. Is this an opportunity to get some of their bench out onto court?
Well, I mean, you just never know when you possibly... We've seen so many teams this weekend have to pull in last changes. So why not get some of those youngsters out there?
Gabby Coffey, Ruby Barkmeyer, Lily Graham. Lily Graham debuted, and the only minute she's played has been against the Giants in round 3. And it is a HCF tactical timeout. We'll keep an eye on any of the changes from both sides. This has been called by the Giants. And Julie Fitzgerald doesn't look impressed, but let's take a listen into what she's got to say. Julie Fitzgerald just whispering something in Erin O'Brien's ear. Didn't want us to hear that. But the Giants have got the last 2 goals. 14 goals, the Vixens leading by. Scores are even in this quarter. Hay. Long to Crampton. Leatherbarrow, she held her space.
Fitzgerald even asking Leatherbarrow to make sure she's more dynamic, on shorter move. Don't always just do that hold. Sometimes hop forward, Seabass.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's always the opportunity. Sometimes as a holding shooter, you can get caught fading away from the hold as well. As the ball's released, you start moving off early. I think that's what we saw on that last high ball, which allowed Ellis to get a hand in. Looking down the other end, Sophie Garvin showing us how it's done. Popping forward, popping back, opening up that space in the goal shooting circles of the Vixens.
What's been impressing you the most, Seabass, about Sophie Garvin's game? She's now leading the Nissan net points on 88 alongside Maloney.
Look, I think for me, she's weathering her second defender now. So she's dispatched of one and she's taking on another one. I think what's been impressive is her timing. At times in the past, she's probably been a bit too happy to come running outside the circle and leaving her mate at home alone. But I think she's found the timing right tonight between moving and holding strong.
It's moving with purpose, isn't it? Knowing when to come out, but also when to leave that space at the top for the mid-quarters, because they are so dominant when they get to the top.
Crampton, double play with Leatherbarrow. Sends Leatherbarrow right under the post.
Goal assist there. See Kira Austin leading the way.
Austin swoops around the edge. One option up front, the other option sitting at the post for the Vixens. Garvin extends the lead to 14. Just over 5 minutes to play in this final quarter. Dwyer. Crampton, she wants that position.
We've seen this nearly in every single quarter, Giants sticking with the Vixens, and then we get to the Power 5, which is when they should absolutely dominate. It's when they've struggled most, so hopefully they can try and win this quarter.
Mundy to Garvin. Comes up short for Garvin. She was the only one there for the rebound. We're in the Power 5. Time to take notice of the Suncorp super shot strategy from both sides. Has it changed, Maddie?
Well, that's a really good starting point for Dwyer.
She lifts it high. She sinks her second.
She likes it at the front.
Giants back within 12. Look at her, 2 from 4 from that position right in front of the ring. The Vixens' rotations continue. Mundy, it's just her vision and her pass, the way she executes. As soon as a defender puts their eye down, Mundy fires it through. Ward. Sliger. Hey. Leatherbarrow now has 2 defenders on her, but smart play from Sophie Dwyer.
She went for the one because she got a held ball in the first quarter, Leatherbarrow.
And it's the confidence you want to see from her just to make that decision and not think twice about it. And the Vixens down their other end. Here's where their strategy comes into play. Erin O'Brien.
Maybe that was a whisper.
Blocks it out.
From Julie Fitzgerald of a HCF timeout.
O'Brien's taking risks. She's not only watching what's happening, she's also looking at the feeder.
And she's, every single time Kira Austin gets in that Power 5 zone, she's shutting her down as an option.
There's our Nissan net points, powered by E-Power. Sophie Garvin sitting on 100.
Dominated by the Vixens there.
2 hands over. Dwyer flicks it to Leatherbarrow. This time, Matisse Leatherbarrow. Suncorp super shot number 4. 11 in it. Maloney to Mundy. And they make it look so easy, the Vixens. They reset. Garvin. And she continues to rack up the stats.
Totally different Garvin from previous seasons in that super shot, isn't it? A little bit too much on that pass, falling over the baseline.
Austin had to bend down low to pick it up. Maloney then finds Austin again, burning her defenders with speed.
Both Vixen shooters were out of the circle then. I think it got confusing for the Giants' defense. Level scores here in the fourth quarter, though. Can Giants maybe bring this one back?
17 apiece in the final quarter. Garvin, out they go. They want the 2. Again, they reset. Interesting, Maloney just on her own as another option. Garvin, this time under the post. They take the 1. They've really got something they want to prove down that end, or something they were trying to practice.
contact, goalkeeper.
That takes patience to just continue to work it around with no turnovers. Leatherbarrow goes again.
Blocked rebound positioning from Dwyer. Well done, Matisse Leatherbarrow. 5 Suncorp super shots. The best out there on court. Garvin wants an option. Mundy's there. O'Brien called for contact. Here we go. The Vixens, watch them. Someone's getting in that wide arc. Sophie Garvin. And she nails it. Take a bow, Sophie Garvin. A brilliant performance from the Western Australian. And Dwyer down the other end. Plenty of time on the clock. Gets her second attempt, the position she loves the most. And the Giants bring it back to 13. But the Vixens want another one. Garvin is smothered. She finished off the shot against Fever in brilliant form. She pops one to the face. I don't know if she's got a blood nose or not, but time for a rest, Sophie Garvin, because what a performance it's been from her in this afternoon's game. And for the Vixens, they win by 14. And the Melbourne Vixens continue on their winning ways. Only dropped 1 game so far this season. The Giants, on the other hand, they've had 2 wins so far this season. It's been a struggle. They've had players out, more injuries.
But to finish off that game, 21 all in the final quarter, it shows what they are capable of to be able to finish out games. It would have been great to see a little bit more consistency of that style of play from the Giants. But the highest score the Vixens have ever posted at John Cain Arena and head-to-head against the Giants. So a superb performance again from them. They are just continuing to take their game to another level as they hit this second half of the year.
And of course, the Giants still have Joe Hart and Jamie Lee Price to come back into their side. But a very happy Melbourne Vixens start their second half of the season with a win. The only game they have dropped so far was against the Sunshine Coast Lightning a few weeks ago. We see Sophie Garvin being grabbed by Caitlin Bassett. There's only one reason why. We're going to cross down to Caitlin Bassett now. I think she may be the player of the match.
Congratulations, Sophie. Look, we're just discussing your nose. You got a little hit late. How's it feeling?
Oh, I don't know. Am I going to have to book in for a nose job? No, I think it will be okay. It's a physical game and I love it. I love the physicality. It comes every week. And I think that's why people want to watch it, because it is so physical. So
let's talk about your game in particular. Finding such nice balance between coming out on the drive and staying on the hold. How do you read that on court?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a lot of help with the coaches and Kib and Hannah out the front, kind of giving each other some guidance around that. I think I've still got a little bit to improve. I think some games I'm probably not coming out enough, and then others I'm probably getting a little bit too excited out the front. But I just got to remember I've got some great players out the front of me who can bring it down to the circle edge, and I can have a little rest back in the circle.
You look more comfortable and confident than ever before with the 2-pointer as well. Have you been practicing a little bit with Darcy in the off-season, or in that last few minutes in particular, is it about pushing that percentage up?
Yeah, I think for us, we know everyone's using the 2-point shot at the moment, and Giants are a real threat there, so we thought if we can get some on the board early, but I think the best teams have that 2-shooter threats and not just one person taking those 2s, and obviously Kip's so good at it, but if I can take some pressure off her as well. So obviously a lot of practice. I don't know if Darcy would help me out too much, but yeah.
Well, congratulations, Bates. Better get that nose looked at.
Thanks, Seabass.
Well, Sophie Garvin, a great performance from the Vixen shooter. Let's take a look at the ladder and where it stands right now, Maddie. This is, the match summary. Let's go to the stats and what stands out to you.
Oh, well, I mean, both teams were at 90% throughout the game, but finishing their shooting accuracy in the 80s. You look at that game ball, an extra 3 to the Vixens. Turnovers a little bit more to the Giants, but really, there's not really that much in it, which is so surprising with the deficit and how it finished. I think it came down to the conversion. When they did get opportunities, the Vixens really capitalised on it. The Giants had their opportunities, but just continued to give it back. So that'll be something that they need to work on. But I think with so many different combinations and youngsters out there for the Giants, they'll be impressed with what they've been able to build on from last week's performance. And they've got lots of things to go back, work on and hopefully build.